There he is. Hang on. We're about to pop the intro. Let's rumble.
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome in. What's good, gents? We are here for the Week 6 recap show of where we were right, where we were wrong. We're going to dive into some Monday Night Football action here of what we like in Pick-Ems. Update for you guys in fantasy football is James Cook was a late scratch right now. These injuries are absolutely ridiculous with the updates this year in fantasy football. It's driving me nuts. I got two amazing guests. Got my co-host BigDraftEnergy. Got my guy Dan, NFLDFSPICKS. Let them know what's going on. What you guys got going on? Disco, Dan, go first. Either one. And let's get it popping.
I'm just here for friendship. It's Big Draft Energy on YouTube, Big Drafters HG on Twitter, and I'm him.
I'm him. What's good? Did you see the text I just sent you, by the way?
Nope.
Go ahead, Dan. Take it off, man. What do you got going on? Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what you're working on this year.
I got a little bit of a weird time here in my house. I got a couple people just showing up here to look at a work order.
Oh, okay. No worries. All right. We'll give Dan a second here.
I got you on mute. Go ahead. I'll hop in here when I can. I'm muting my mic.
You're good. What's up, Bandit? How we doing? Khalil Shakir yards now. Dodger Dog in the building. So with the news, Disco, does that change anything for you in this pick'em game? Do we like Josh Allen's rushing more now with James Cook out?
Well, for what it's worth, drafters made it unavailable to use. Like his rushing yards are offline currently. So, I
have Josh Allen at 34 rushing yards.
I just tried to make a pick with it, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Ty Johnson. Okay, they brought everything up to speed. Okay. So Dan had a funny point. I'm going to save his point for him because he's a Bills fan when he gets in. And it's an interesting point that he brought up. It's really, really good for fantasy football. But what do you like for this game? Break me down the pick'ems you like now that James Cook is out. Does that change for Ray Davis? What are you feeling here?
Sorry, what was your question?
I said, what do you like from the game? Break it down for me.
Oh, I think we have to see more usage from Josh Allen in terms of the rush game. I think we're going to be forced to see it all indicative of like who's lined up on what's his face. So I'm trying to make a pick here and do this at the same time. So if Khalil Shakir's being defended by Sauce Gardner, I really like Keon Coleman's longest reception prop because it tends to happen to anybody who Sauce Gardner is not necessarily guarding. So I'm very bullish on Keon Coleman's longest reception. But my only issue is, will Keon Coleman be shadowed by Sauce? Sauce doesn't necessarily travel, but based on alignment, what we've seen previously, we've seen that he's usually lined up at the wide position, typically where we see a lot of Sauce in the field side corner. With that being said, I think we have to see Dalton Kincaid get utilized and get fed. And we're going to see way more design runs for Josh Allen. With that being, like, I think his rushing is going to be inflated to the point where it's like, I don't want to touch it. I still think that both quarterbacks are going to throw an interception. I still like Breece Hall's rushing yards a heck of a lot. I like his receiving yards a heck of a lot. I love him for anytime touchdown. Braylon Allen, I think 1.5 receptions is borderline free. I think he's going to get some utilization. I like his rushing yards as well. 34.5 rushing yards seems super doable, but 1.5 receptions, I love that. And yeah, Ray Davis, 48.5 rushing yards. I don't hate that now because like he's going to be the main guy other than Josh Allen. So I'm going to make a card with all the rushing.
I just did that as well. And I'm waiting for Dan to pop back in so he can drop his knowledge bomb. Good. You good? All right.
Yeah.
So tell me what you told them off stream, and I think it's really, really fucking smart because I agreed before you told me, and I love it. So you're the Bills guy. Break it down.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, and I could be wrong on this because you just never know with a rookie running back how they feel about him, and they haven't really given him a lot of work yet. So we don't really know like what's going on in practice. But I will say this. Sean McDermott has some weird fetish for giving people revenge games, and Ty Johnson's a perfect example. I'll tell you what happened last year. So Ty, he was with the Jets organization, right? And the Bills picked him up. I think they cut him to make room on their roster, and they were hoping to put him on their practice squad, and the Bills snagged him, right? And he's been out with the Bills ever since. And what happened last year, I think it was like, I could be wrong. If you look it up, I apologize. I might be off on the date, but I think it was like November 13th last year. Ty Johnson had one touch up until that date of the whole entire season, just one touch. Latavius Murray was the goal line back. James Cook was playing well. He wasn't hurt. The Bills played the Jets, and Ty missed the first game versus the Jets with an injury. And in the second game, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ty Johnson has like 6 touches for 59 yards and a touchdown. And from that day on, he's never conceded the RB2 job. Murray was an afterthought. Ty's been the number 2 running back this season. When things were important and Cook wasn't in the game, it's always been Ty Johnson. And yeah, Ray Davis does play some. He comes in for maybe a couple rushes, and he's played mop-up duty. So, Ty Johnson's getting goal line carries. He's catching big passes. And the Bills love him. They rely on him. And I truly believe that Ty Johnson's the number 2 running back. What I'm not sure of, though, is does Ray Davis step into Cook's role and Ty maintains his role? Or does Ty just step in and be the bell cow tonight? Me personally, I picked up Ty. I didn't pick up Ray. I am actually going to start Ty Johnson over Alan Lazard at flex tonight. I feel pretty comfortable with that decision. I think that in all, Ty's definitely going to get more opportunities than Lazard. Maybe Lazard scores a touchdown. I'll eat that if I'm wrong. But I'd really think that this is Ty Johnson night, not a Ray Davis night.
Hey, that's interesting. That's the revenge game. All that makes sense. And I think I even like the Ray Davis under the 48.5 rushing if I'm looking at it. Like, I don't like that. He's never gotten the full workload. He's not the guy. But you could have a point of, does he take the James Cook role? How does it look? That's the tough part for me.
I think we'll see a bit of both there, but I'm definitely leaning Davis. He's just a more talented player.
You're going Ray Davis. Do you like the 9.5 longest reception for Ty? I think that's a smash.
I'm not touching it.
Not touching it?
No.
Bandit says, Ty Johnson receiving yards are nice, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. He says, Dodger Dog, how we doing, brother? Welcome in. I need Brees to choke tonight. I'm up 16.5. God, Brees has such a good matchup, bro. I'm waiting for him to pop. KJ says, blessing, guys. What's up, y'all? How we doing? Thank you for the subscription. Slim Killer 99. Welcome to the channel, man. Thank you. All the support's appreciated. Need Brees to go for 24 points tonight to win. He could. The matchup is the best it could be. The Buffalo Bills are 31st versus the run. I mean, they give up 33.1 points to the running back, so he could definitely get 24 if they use him right. With the new coaching staff, see how it looks. Might be a slump buster game for him with the horrible Bills run. It could be. That's what I'm hoping for here. Bayou Bengal in the building. He will also be on the show here in about 22 minutes, guys. And when I leave stream here tonight, make sure you smash a sub to all the guys in the description, and my channel will lead right to Bayou Bengal stream at the end, guys. So you don't got to leave stream or nothing. It'll go right into his watch party for the game. Bandit got 12.5 rush yards for Ray Davis earlier in the week. That's gold. Ray Davis can wreck a game. I hope they don't go Allen hero ball mode. Too many hits are involved, in my opinion. They do. I don't want to see Josh Allen go rush crazy here, but I could use the rushing yards for the props. Bandit says he thinks Ty Johnson over Ray as well. Do you see Shakir being on a snap count off the injury? What do you think there, Dan?
I don't think so. I think he'll be in on all the plays they need him. That's the main thing. Will he be on a snap count? That's possible. Will he be on the field on all the important passing downs? For sure.
He won't be the goal line blocking wide receiver, though. That'll be Big Keon, right?
I mean, the Bills use Mac Hollins in the same role that they had Gabe Davis for last year. So like they use a big receiver to block a lot, and that guy's Mac Hollins for the Bills. And Shakir is, he's a slot only receiver. He's basically never going to line up outside the slot at all. He's not going to have Sauce Gardner on him tonight ever. I'm not worried about that happening at all. But I think that Shakir is probably the key to the Bills' victory. And if he didn't play tonight, I would feel the Bills probably don't have a chance to win this game, honestly. And their passing offense is completely reliant on Shakir. They don't have anybody else that Allen trusts outside of Kincaid. And, Coleman's going to get some one-on-ones, and he's going to win a couple of them. I think the 30-some yards for Coleman where it's at now is way too low. He's going to catch a couple balls tonight, guys, just because Josh Allen can extend the play, and the Jets don't have a good pass rush. So when you have a team that does not have a good pass rush, Josh Allen, generally speaking, will make some plays versus corners that are really good. I mean, you can only cover some people for so long, guys are going to get open.
I hear you. Let me catch up here. KJ says, will Kincaid do something, please, God? I need 10.2 and a 0.5 PPR league from Kincaid as well tonight, so I'm with you on that one. Sauce doesn't move. Well, he doesn't really need to move with DJ Reed on the other side. So, I mean, they're both two lockdown corners. Are we taking the under tonight? What do you think on that, Disco?
No, absolutely not.
You think the over?
Yeah.
So 41.5 is low, man.
Yeah, I also have a very, very weird inkling, like a strange feeling that this game is going to go to overtime.
Ooh, I like that. I just tweeted out, did a poll on Twitter, and I was like, who do you think wins? I have this weird feeling, the gut feeling that the Jets come out with the new coaching staff just firing.
Yeah, I mean, like they were dogs last time I checked. I don't know what the lines are at now. What the hell did you send me in that screenshot? Did you win something in DFS this week?
I got 65th in the $3 main slate on DraftKings.
Nice. How much did you win there?
I was 9 points off 100K.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Oh, so mad, bro.
I did all right in the drafters DFS myself this week.
Yeah, that's right. My guy got third or fourth. What was it in the splash?
Fourth this week, seventh last week. But I mean, who's counting, right?
Who's counting?
It doesn't matter until you're first.
That's true. First or last. That's how I look at it. I don't want no 65th, bro. I'll take the money, but fuck, I want the first place prize to put my name on it, dude. Coleman in the seams is the matchup. Shakir Bates Sauce or doesn't play Sauce or doesn't play that side of the field. Yeah, I mean, dude, they do DJ Reed on the right and Sauce on the left. They don't really shadow. So, but they're both, I mean, top tier corners. Bandit says, all right, y'all, I smack first quarter props. Another tonight. Josh Allen 5.5 rushing. Kincaid 4.5 receiving. Brees 12.5 rushing. Lock it in. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's actually
really good, Bandit. I love that.
I think that's a great one.
I'll tell Bandit hits on a very frequent basis. So what he says, tailed, like he posted something online. I just tailed it. So shout out to him. He had a nice little 3-piece there. Curtis Samuel, longest reception, 9.5 longest reception. I find that very tempting because he's also like used, especially with Joe Brady in the past, he's used as a running back as well. I think this is the game we see Curtis Samuel break out.
You think it's a Curtis Samuel out of the slot game?
I think it's a Curtis Samuel lining up everywhere because he marries the run and pass.
Okay.
Like he's utilized the same way Debo is utilized, and he's very effective in that form. And like that's the reason why we were also bullish on Curtis Samuel in the offseason, is because he has this quote unquote safe floor because he has all this possibility of utilization. So I'm just adding him in a lineup right now because why the fuck not?
I'm making one right now as well. I'm tailing Bandits. So hang on here.
I'm staying completely away from Samuel. I think that this is maybe his last chance to contribute before he's just an afterthought in Buffalo.
I'd
Yeah.
totally ban it with a 20 piece. Even with the coach, even with having the connection, he just hasn't been what I thought he was going to be.
No, you know what happened is he ended up being Khalil Shakir's primary backup, and he doesn't have any role on the offense at all, and he's not playing at all. And when Shakir missed the last game, or when he come out, and Samuel had to come in, he didn't play well.
I know he played terrible.
There. It's just there's some trust that Allen needs out of that position, and for some reason or another, he just doesn't have it. It feels like to me.
Yeah, I mean, God, it's been rough. When I'm looking at drafters, break me down? Give me your 3 locks that you think are absolute locks tonight, Dan, for this game.
Looking at drafters,
or any of them. I mean,
yeah. Well, as you know, I'm set to win $3,500 tonight if Breece Hall has over 24 receiving yards, and 26.5 doesn't scare me. That's not anything I'm concerned about. If anything, Breece Hall's matchup is very best in receiving. The Bills may have been gashed some on the ground, but they're the team that they hold you 10 carries for 14 yards, and then all of a sudden on the 11th carry, somebody gets 45. And I'm not exactly sure Breece Hall is going to have that 45-yard run. So I'm staying away from all of his rushing, and I'm going to hammer all of his receiving. So I love his 26.5 receiving yards. I love his 12.5 longest reception. But I'm going to go with 26.5. Love the 12.5 reception, too. They still have James Cook listed here. I better refresh this, huh?
I think 12.5 is a smash for his reception too, but I like the 26 also.
Okay, I love Ty Johnson over 24.5 rushing. He's going to have more carries than Ray Davis, so why wouldn't you take the guy that has the lower prop? And
I agree. Curtis Samuel, 9.5 reception.
Khalil Shakir, 34.5 receiving yards. I love it. He's definitely going to get that unless he's hurt and he doesn't play. And that's it. That's my locks. If I had to narrow it down to 3 things I absolutely feel positive about, that's it. And the other thing that I wish was on here was Dalton Kincaid's receptions at 3.5, and it's not. But I'd love that if it was.
I just checked it on Owners Bucks and Underdog. It's at 4 now. His receptions bumped to 4 exactly. And Garrett Wilson's was 5.5. Now it's 6. So I don't know, man. 5 receptions seems easy for Kincaid, but it's just been a struggle. Like, how many times has he popped over 5 this season? He's once in 5 games. So, and the Jets are good versus tight end.
They're not really that good against the tight ends. The reality is they haven't played a good tight end. The only tight end they've played this entire season with an NFL caliber quarterback playing at the same time is George Kittle. And Kittle had 4 for 40 versus him, and he had a big play called back to a penalty. And Kyle Juszczyk, I can't pronounce his name. I'm bad with names. He had 2 for 40. And the Bills use Kincaid in all the same formations that the 49ers send Kyle out in to catch balls in. They line up Kincaid all over the place. He's not an inline tight end at all. He's a movable chess piece, and they look to get the same matchup mismatches that the 49ers look to get with Kittle, their fullback / tight end.
So you like all the plays, but none of the cards for him? You don't like the yards either?
I mean, it's a little steep. He doesn't get downfield. His main play is this little bubble screen that they run all the time. He's not a downfield receiving threat this season. So I like him for maybe 5-6 catches, but I think 40 yards is fair. I just think 40 yards is where I set his prop at personally. Will he do better? Maybe. Will he do worse? Maybe. But I think he's a lock for 4 catches. He's a lock for 4 catches, in my opinion.
Okay. I tailed your cards. So if you guys are in there, gamble at your own risk. If you're on drafters, make sure you use code SLEAZE. It'll match your deposit up to $100. The card I just locked in for Dan was $20. Ty Johnson, 24.5 rushing over. Khalil Shakir, 34.5 receiving yards over. Brees Hall, 26.5 receiving yards over. Or if you want to take the long at 12.5, he likes that as well, guys. And my guy knows his stuff for the Bills, so I'm definitely tailing it. KJ says Jets O-line versus Bills D-line equals the bookends for the Jets. Probably going to get worked. Could be. What's up, Bink? Welcome in, my guy. Shout out to you. How you doing, brother? I think Ed Oliver going to wreck the run game, but I like Ray Davis. Is Ed Oliver out? I did not know. I've not seen that update. Bones in the building. How we doing? Gifted membership from my guy, Big Draft Energy. Always supporting. Thank you. Take it easy on the props overs. I've been tailing you guys and losing my ass off. Thank you for the membership to Peanut Butter Jelly. Cooks is out. I have Prescott, Jefferson, Cup, Kels, and Vikings D on the bench. What do I do? I'm down by 18 points. What do I do? I mean, your best shot is to pick up Ray Davis or Ty Johnson. That's all you can really do. Unless you want to go for an Alan Lazard shot, or hope Marquez Valdez-Scantling hits a 70-yard bomb or something. Make sure you smash the likes if you're in here, guys, 100%. It is time to give the floor to Disco. What do we like tonight? What do we not like tonight? Let me hear it.
Okay, I'm going under 223 pass plus rush yards for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm going over 12.5 longest rush for Josh Allen because he's going to be running for his life. I'm going over 1.5 receptions for Braylon Allen. I'm going over 58.5 rushing yards for Brees Hall.
Okay.
I'm going over Ty Johnson's longest rush.
Okay.
9.5. I'm going over longest reception for Curtis Samuel.
That's the one I like, the 9.5. That seems just too good to be true.
Listen, if my theory is correct, this is exactly what they fucking brought him in. He has had plenty of time to recover from the injury. He's the one player that they invested in the offseason that has not been incorporated or utilized whatsoever. If I'm the coach there, if I'm putting myself in Joe Brady's shoes, he is the missing piece, especially with no James Cook. I don't think Ray Davis has the capability and the ability to replicate what James Cook can do in the passing game. I also don't think Ty Johnson has the ability and capability to replicate what James Cook does in the backfield. I think we see a lot of Curtis Samuel as a running back today. This is exactly what he was brought in for, and I think he's going to be a smash play. I wish I would have picked him up sooner.
Okay, I like that. Are we building a full card here, or is this a 6?
Yeah, it's just a 6.
A 6 piece? What'd you throw on it?
10.
10 banger. All right, let's rock and roll. Safety or no?
No, fuck it.
No safety. Let's rock it. All right.
Let's get
weird. This goes 6-piece chat. If you guys want to tail along, remember, always gamble at your own. We'll be smart about it. Is Ty Johnson over 9.5 longest rush, Braylon Allen over 1.5 receptions, Aaron Rodgers under 223. I really like that one a lot. The Bills pass D is very good. Josh Allen 12.5 rush, Curtis Samuel 9.5 longest reception. Come on, Curtis, now. And Brees Hall over 58.5 receiving. Who do you like to win this game, Disco?
I'm going to take the Jets.
And with the over?
Like nothing against Buffalo. I like Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl, but I feel like there's way too much volatility in the Buffalo situation, and with no reassurance of like a legitimate running game this week. I think Josh Allen's going to try to do too much on the ground, and he might get banged up there. And he's going to try to do too much in the air when they're playing from behind, especially after Brees Hall goes fucking nuclear tonight. And he's going to throw a couple of unnecessary picks, and it's going to cost them the game, especially. But I also like this game to go overtime. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
I like that breakdown. Man, they took away the Josh Allen interception. That was one of my favorite locks, but I can't find it anywhere. It's not even available at Underdog or Owners as I'm refreshing right now. So that sucks. But who do you like, Dan? Bills fan bias. Let me hear it.
Well, I think the Jets are a bad football team, first and foremost. And I don't think the Bills are a bad football team at all. If you look at all the advanced analytics, the Bills are top 10 in every single measurable category on both sides of the ball. The Jets are not top 10 in any measurable category on either side of the ball besides some defensive pass coverage. I think that this is a perfect game for Josh Allen to get right. The Bills, I don't think the Bills have lost 3 games in a row as long as Josh Allen's been the quarterback there. I don't anticipate it happening against the Jets at all.
No worry about how he's playing on the road?
No, I'm not worried about Josh Allen. Now,
sorry. Go ahead.
What's up, Bayou?
That was good, bro.
No, man, I'm literally not worried about Josh Allen playing football ever. I mean, he's one of the greatest players in the league, hands down. And he had a couple good game plans. He basically never got to set his feet for 2 weeks straight throwing the ball. And the guy is running for his life 2 games in a row, and I don't see the Jets being able to do that to him.
So what are you projecting? 27, 24, 31? What are you thinking?
I think this game's going to be ugly. It's going to be a lot like last night's game where everybody's going to be pissed because there's no stats. And I think that, barring a defensive touchdown for one team or a special teams touchdown for one team, in the end of the game, it's going to be hard for either quarterback to get over 200 yards versus these secondaries. I think it's going to prove to be more difficult than people think to run the ball for each team. I think that the Jets' main advantage in this game is Breece Hall's receiving and Braylon Allen's receiving, for that matter. They're both good receiving backs. The Bills' corners are just as good as the Jets without the hype. Christian Benford's is playing as well as Sauce Gardner. Rasul Douglas is a top 10 corner. Last year, the Bills, between Benford, Douglas, and Tyron Johnson, who's coming back this week for the first time since leaving week 1, were all top 12 QBs per PF or CBs per PFF's rankings. One thing that nobody's really talking about is the return of Tyron Johnson. He's an all-pro. The Bills don't have too many all-pros on their team. He's maybe the best player on their entire defense with Matt Milano not playing. So he's back, man in the slot. So that's going to change a lot. He's an excellent run defender. The guys they've been rolling out there are nowhere near as good at defending the run as Tyron Johnson's been. And the Bills play 100% nickel defense. Pretty much even in goal line situations, they run nickel for the most part. They aren't going to deviate from that. They're never going to really put 3 linebackers on the field unless it's just getting terrible. So all that being said, I see Josh Allen being better than Aaron Rodgers, probably being the difference in this game. I see the Bills probably mustering up 100 yards rushing combined with all the running backs. I see Josh Allen probably running the ball a little bit more than he has been. I see Khalil Shakir showing how important he is to the team, making a bunch of good third down catches and easily hitting this 34.5 yard prop they have for him. I see Kincaid being an integral part of this game plan and catching 5 balls or so. And I see Garrett Wilson continuing to struggle. I see Lazard having a hard time tonight. I see Mike Williams as maybe being a guy that can win a 50-50 ball on the sideline. If Rodgers puts one right on the money, he might be a decent play. I don't really love the tight ends with Tyron Johnson and Terrell Bernard back. Terrell Bernard's an excellent cover linebacker. The guy they are rolling in there, Balin Spector, until Bernard was back, so it's one of the worst cover linebackers in the league. And a lot of the stats are skewed based on the fact that Cam Lewis has been nickel and Balin Spector has been Mike, and neither one of those guys are in. And the guys that are replacing them are phenomenal football players, and it's going to make a big difference.
Wow. Talk about your ultimate Buffalo Bill breakdown right there. Welcome into the show, Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. How are we doing, my guy? Better late than never. Let the people know where they can find you, what you got going on. Welcome to the show.
You guys can find me basically on YouTube. It's pretty much where I stay, where I live. I try to stay off of everything else. Meantime, I'm on X. If I do anything on YouTube, I normally put it out there on X or Twitter, whatever you do. But most of the time, it's just redraft dynasty stuff. Most of you guys know me though as well, but you can find me over there at the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. And I like to hang out with all these guys that you see on the stream here. So it's some of my fun. So fun time.
Perfect. So also chat, when I end stream, it will be leading right into Bayou Bengal stream. He'll be having a watch party tonight. So make sure the link is in the description for all three of them: Big Draft Energy, Bayou Bengal, and NFL DFS. All it takes is one click. Go in there, smash the sub, support the boys. So we've gone through Disco and Dan's pick. You made it just in time, Bayou. Let me hear your breakdown. What Pick-Ems do you like for the game? What are the locks? What do you got for me?
Got you. I think the one that I like the most would be Aaron Rodgers over 21.5 completions. I know over the last 3 games, he's completely smashed that. I think the lowest he's gotten was 24, and I think this is going to be a game where the Bills are going to want to win. They're not gonna just roll over. I think the Bills come out there and they really put it to the Jets, right? And the Jets defense isn't what we're all used to seeing, right? Shut down with Sauce Gardner. He's really not having the season that we all expect him to have either. So I think the Bills are going to come out here and absolutely fire all over the place. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the he's going to have to throw the ball, Aaron Rodgers is. And I think 21.5 is just completely too low. I mean, you could probably see him at 25, 26 completions easily tonight. I think that's an absolute smash for 21.5 receptions. My biggest ones, I like Ray Davis. I got him at 48.5 rushing. I think he's up to like 49. He was at 49. He might be back at 48. I'm not sure. Ray Davis, right? University of Kentucky running back, right? He's a natural 3-down back, or he's at least a prototypical 3-down back in the NFL, right? When he was coming out in college, a lot of the grades that we were giving him were he was a guy that can come in and be the main ball carrier. The reason why he's not really getting a lot of the work more of Ty Johnson now is because Ty Johnson and Ray Davis is different running backs, right? Ray Davis is more similar to what James Cook is, right? So now that James Cook is out, I think that Ray Davis fills more of that type of role and not really the change of pace guy. Ty Johnson's still going to be the change of pace. I was listening a little bit of what Dan was saying about this could be a revenge game, quote unquote, for him. And I like that. I like that idea. I like that. I'm sure that can definitely happen. But I think at the end of the day, I think Ray Davis, this is going to be his time to shine and to prove that he could be this kind of 3-down back. I think he does it. I think 48.5 is something that I think I've bet that one already with Aaron Rodgers 21.5. Keon Coleman over 31.5. I think it's completely too low for his receiving yards. I think that's an absolute smash. I think let's see. There's one more that I like was Josh Allen's over 38.5 rushing yards. I think that he's going to take the ball in his hands more, right? He's gonna want a football. You got a rookie back there, Ray Davis, and you got Ty Johnson. He's going to want to do everything, whether or not he's throwing the football or running the football. I do like his rushing ability there. And I actually did another bet because I caught in on Disco on the back of what he was saying because he had Braylon Allen over 1.5 receptions. And I know sometimes he only gets 1, but he's been targeted at least, I believe, 2 times in every game except for 1 this season. So I went and actually did a card with Braylon Allen over 1.5 receptions, and I tagged the Keon Coleman receiving yards and the Josh Allen rushing yards with that as well, and kind of made a card out of that. But my biggest ones that I would have to say is Josh Allen's rushing, Aaron Rodgers' completion, and Keon Coleman's receiving yards are the 3 locks that I would say. And then I'm also betting the Ray Davis 48.5, even though I'm not 100% sold on it. That's just something that I would want to build, would be the Ray Davis rushing yards. And I also have the Braylon Allen 1.5 because I'm kind of tailing off of Disco a little bit there. But I didn't mean to talk so long, but that's kind of like what I'm thinking about for tonight.
I tailed it. I'm with it. I'll make a card with it. The Ray Davis is always sketchy to me though, but he can do it. But
yeah. Just keep that up there. I'm finishing one of these Monday to Thursday drafts, and I'm gonna fucking tail the shit out of that because Bayou's been smashing his picks, man. Shout out to Bayou Bengal. Make sure you guys go give him a sub. Dude is great. He's awesome.
Yeah, if you're just looking for a quick pick, my 2 pick is Aaron Rodgers over 21.5, Keon Coleman over 31.5 receiving. If you want to do a 2 pick, I think that's absolute smash and almost a To me, because I've been nailing these 2 picks on Monday night and Thursday nights. For some reason, like my main 2 picks have been cashing for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. So if I had to do it, Keon Coleman over 31.5 and Aaron Rodgers over 21.5 completions, I think that's a smash.
Which stack would you guys rather have between this Monday Night Football game and the Thursday Night Football game? Spencer Rattler and Jawan Johnson, or never mind, Jawan Johnson. Okay, so we're going Tyler Conklin and Aaron Rodgers. I hate this. This is the first and last time I ever do one of these. It's the first.
I've done one of those before.
Yeah, don't do it. It's a trap. All right. So Bayou had completions for Rodgers.
Oh, do you have Spencer? Did you draft him?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
And Keon Coleman receptions, Ray Davis rushing, Braylon Allen receiving receptions.
Okay, so the first one is Keon Coleman receiving yards and Rodgers
completions.
I think that's a complete smash.
Okay, I don't hate it. I think your logic is sound. Over 31.5 receiving yards?
Yeah. For Keon, yeah. Let me catch up with chat while you guys are rocking these out. Bandit says Curtis Samuel snapshot last week was up from 56%, or was 56% last week. Then it was 37 before. So needed something tonight. I don't know why it can't see 60%. I agree as well. Buffalo gives up the most receiving yards to the running back from Bink. Buffalo to the Super Bowl. I've heard enough. Luck. Good night. Bink says, don't do me like that. Let's not forget the Bills struggled to make the playoffs this year. I'm willing to go down with the Jets tonight. JK Disco. I got to watch the Bills game last week versus my Texans. I think the Jets defense at home can rattle Allen. That's my narrative. Jets come alive tonight at home. Turnover prone Allen. I think the Jets are going to come out firing tonight too. I think that's like my gut feeling. But it is fucking Josh Allen, so it's tough, man. Shout out Bayou, the South Muddy Water. This bitch won I-10 connection. Only Buff. Oh yeah, this is interesting. I was wondering that why everyone likes the defense. No one here likes the kickers tonight at all.
My first card I made was with the. I made way too many cards. With
Buffalo kicker's not on the card. I don't think you can pick it.
He was on there for a second, but then he's gone. 6.5 for Zerline seems doable, or 1.5.
I made way too many cards with 1.5 field goals with Greg Zerline. I really don't like kickers, and I've hit my quota for tickets today. Let's see how many I have upcoming for tonight.
Do you guys think that Khalil Shakir will be limited at all and doing the under on his yards would be a good prop? Because he's going to play, but
that's what we were just talking about too. Is he
really
going to be limited? Dan, is he going to be limited? Bills, man. Well, what do we got here? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm treating it like he's playing, man. I'm not worried about him being limited. I mean, if he gets banged up again, he gets banged up again. But the Bills don't take chances. They're sitting James Cook, even though James Cook wants to play. So the coaching staff's very conservative about letting guys suit up. But if they let you suit up, you're in.
Okay. So, man, Khalil Shakir's numbers are really low. You like the under on that, Bayou?
I don't. It depends if he's limited. If he's not limited, I mean, he's smashed 35 receiving yards. I'm pretty sure in every single game.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's a hit, but God, he could take one hit and be out.
You know, dude. God,
Here's
that's scary.
the thing. You're our only man beater, right? He's the only guy on this whole roster that's consistently beaten man coverage. And we haven't had him the last couple games, and we haven't been able to beat man coverage. And you know what the Jets are going to do? They're going to come out and try to test us in what we've struggled in. So Khalil Shakir is going to get a lot of targets.
Okay. I'm with it. Not against it. Let me catch back up here with chat. Big says, Jets win tonight, lock it in. Cook being out. Handle moves the line. Only Buffalo kicker is the only one I like. Dude, I think the Jets are going to get a lot of field goals here as well. Bandit said he tailed Bengal. Monday through Thursday, 2 games slate is pretty gross. It is. We get the ugly. How your Saints looking there, Bengal?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm very optimistic about the Saints. Where I know we got completely blown out. Spencer Rattler started very easy, and I have a video actually coming out tomorrow about Spencer Rattler and what I thought about the video, about what I thought about the first week he's playing. But you know, he's probably got 3 or 4 more weeks right without Derek Carr. And he started out really good. He started getting shaky. I think they ran way too many bootlegs with Spencer Rattler, and they started pushing their defensive ends towards the outside, which was putting way too much pressure on him. And he was just making overthrows and stuff towards the end. But just the poise that he showed at the very beginning I think was great. Once you start, he's got a lot to work on. He has a lot to grow on. I'm very optimistic about his playmaking ability, the way he was able to scramble and run with the football. So I don't think we're going to do anything this year, but I think, I think he is the future for the Saints as for what I could see so far. So.
Yeah, typically they do that where they just isolate half of the field with the bootlegs for the quarterbacks because the quarterback just can't read defenses just yet. So that's kind of like just making his reads break down in half. I'm kind of more concerned for him, just like because I see a lot of people posting in the waiver wires, go get him, right? One, it's not an ideal matchup this week. Yes, I know PS2 is out, but it's still not an ideal matchup. And it looks like Rashid Shaheed's going to be out for the foreseeable future, and there's definitely going to be no Chris Olave. He's definitely a major avoid for me. I think like the only person who, other than Alvin Kamara, who's going to get a lot of usage and utilization would be either Taysom Hill if he's healthy or Jawan Johnson. I think this is a smash play for Jawan Johnson this upcoming week.
Bub Means was targeted so much.
Dude, that's the guy I'm looking at for the props for Thursday night is Bub Means, the preseason connection. Yeah. Are they going to put props up for that?
I hope
Let me
so.
see here. I don't see no.
Like 183 passing yards though. Still, I killed that. I did the over on the yards for Spencer, and I did the over on the yards for Drake May, and I smashed that one too.
Drake May's longest rushing yards were fucking free. Bo Nix,
you got it late though.
Rattler, Kamara, Javonte, Sutton, Vele, and the kickers. I'm not betting on that yet. I haven't done like my full research breakdown, but like no Shaheed, that's pretty fucking concerning.
It is. Magic says if you had to pick anytime TDs, who do you guys like? I'm going for Brees, and that's probably the only one I really like the most. I mean, Kincaid's a risky one. I would say Brees would be my only lock. Do you guys have any locks for anytime touchdowns?
Yeah.
Josh Allen, maybe.
Curtis Samuel.
Okay. I like that. Bayou, who you got any locks for the anytime touchdown?
I think Keon Coleman gets in the end zone, man. I think there's no world where he doesn't get a touchdown tonight, to be honest with you.
Here we go. Look at that. You got a different answer from each of us. I love it. Squints, how we doing?
Brees Hall's the fucking easy fucking pick. Everybody has.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So like everybody's got a different pick. Mine's Brees Hall. I'm gonna post about it saying, "Oh, I smashed. Everybody else was wrong." Because everybody else wants to be fucking bold. Make a bold call. Let's go.
What I'll go with Ty Johnson in the revenge game. Anytime touchdown for Ty. Revenge time.
What object gets in the end zone today? The football. Okay.
I like Ty Johnson for a touchdown, especially for the payout. I mean, for what is the payout? It's got to be really good. It's probably like plus 400.
It's plus 550 for Curtis Samuel. I may have just put that in.
Oh, I like that. Squints, welcome in, brother. How we doing? Bink says, I doubted that Cooks could have played if he played. Yeah, I mean, I could be either way on that one. I'm not going to guess. A man's work ethic to play and a coaching staff with a winning team that's not worried about their running back. So, I can see both sides. Bandit says, I'm out. I told you guys just put 300 on Curtis Samuel. Anytime touchdown plus 550 from BDE. Make it rain. Magic says, is Olave and PS2? No, they are not. 100% they are not going to make concussion protocol in a short week. Look at Neighbors.
Yeah, it's literally impossible.
No one has even cleared it in a week, and Neighbors hasn't even cleared it in 2 of them. So, I mean, it's rough. Haas says, Ruckert anytime TD if Conklin is limited.
Put the beer down.
That's got to be a plus, 1,000 on that one?
I will say it's either the tight end for New Jersey or for the Jets, or it's Lazard. One or the other. Because based off of the next gen stats, where the Bills are most susceptible to receiving touchdowns is where both of those guys run the vast majority of their routes, over 60% for both. So it's either both or one or the other.
Okay, I like that. I saw that as well, Bones. Was that real? Did you guys see this? So I saw an update that Neighbors was also punished for going to a party, concert, or something and went out all night, and that's why they benched him for the game. It wasn't concussion protocol. I don't know if that's real, but I saw that tweet and I saw that conversation, so I'm not sure.
I mean, Dayball is a prick, though.
He is. 1,300 on DK and 1,400 on Caesar for the Ruckert anytime TD. Put $2 down, Haas says. All right, so we got 15 minutes left. Let's do a little recap here. What were your absolute hits and where did you miss on some of your locks this week? We'll start with Disco here.
Bijan Robinson absolutely smashed. Trey McBride, absolutely smashed. Jordan Love, absolutely smashed. Wide receiver that absolutely smashed was Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin. Had them both on my fourth place winning ticket. David Montgomery smashed. Derrick Henry smashed. Where I was wrong was some of the tertiary names like Will Levis. Like the matchup was as good as it could possibly get. But he's just fucking shit. He's garbage. Him, Chigo Konkwu, Theo Johnson also let me down. I was very, very right about Josh Downs. I was very right about Tony
I thought
Pollard.
Chig hit his prop.
I almost got the anytime touchdown for DJ Moore, literally by a fucking elbow. That one hurt. But yeah, man. We smashed a lot, and it showed up in our DFS lineups. And out of our drafters pick-em locks, we hit 6 out of 12, so shooting over 50%. And most of them were 3xers. A couple of them were 10xers. So we've definitely, made way more than our initial investment. So all in all, great week in the books.
I like it. Will Levis hit the rushing, but fuck, he sucks, man. He might be the worst quarterback in football. I'm official with that.
Yeah, I thought he was a DFS smash as a tertiary play, and I also thought that like 206.5 passing
Total yards.
rushing
Yeah.
was a lock for him, and I don't even think he hit like over 80 passing yards, which was crazy. Calvin Ridley, absolute bust.
Yeah, he was bad, really bad.
Yeah.
What about you, Bengal? Where did you miss? Where did you hit last week?
Yep, I won about almost $600, I think, this week. So we had some smashes, man. I mean, I was all over like Darius Slayton's yards, George Pickens' yards. Mark Andrews was only at 24.5. Hello, like that's so. To me, I thought that was just such a smash. He had those 2 zeros, and then it looked like he was getting back on track. So I was like, okay, this has got to be the game for him. He smashed for me. Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson passing yards, both of them smashed for me. Spencer Rattler at 183 passing. Hello, that was easy smash for me. Bo Nix, 18.5 completions, got those last 5 receptions on the very last drive of the game. I was happy with that.
It's pretty free every week, man.
Oh yeah, well I got that from you. I 100% got that from you. Where I lost, there was 3 people that freaking lost me some. Oh gosh, I lost over $700 on one bet because Bucky Irvin ran for a 30-something yard gain at the end of the game. He was I had him for under 62.5 rushing yards, and he was at like 30 to 40 most of the game. And then he had one run over 30 yards or something like that at the end of the game, went over the thing and cost me $700. J.K. Dobbins, I had him under 68.5 rushing yards against the Broncos. I thought that was good. He goes for over 90. And then the one who freaking fisted me.
Saquon, was it Saquon? Because Saquon fisted the fuck out of me.
Darnell Mooney.
Oh, shit.
Darnell Mooney got me, bro.
He did. So we'll get to Dan here in a second. I'll look over mine real quick. I had Chris Boswell on almost every card. That was an absolute lock. Where I was killed was Saquon. I also got killed on Michael Wilson over the receiving yards. I banked on that one heavy. That didn't hit, even though he became the wide receiver 1 with Marvin out. Still fucking did nothing. I missed on Burrow's completions. Smashed on T. I had Zay in so many cards. Austin Eckler's over 20 yards was the freest bet of the week. That was hitting one play, the first play of the game. Baker Mayfield may be one of the best quarterbacks in football. It's absolutely crazy. His rushing yards are free every week. Chase McLaughlin kicker points was free. I hit a card with Bucky on that one as well. Chris Olave went down. Shaheed went down. Those both, I didn't get redemption for Shaheed, or what do you call it? Get your money back. Drake May rushing was absolute gold. Trey Sermon under the rushing. My lock on the stream was pure gold. That guy doesn't do shit. He's absolutely terrible. Fairbairn kicking points, we all called that. That was money. Hopkins 3.5 receiving was a free one as well. Antonio Gibson under the rushing. That was another one. And I took the Tank Dell yards in a couple cards. And I took the Tank Dell longest. He didn't hit the longest. So that one kind of hurt. Joe Mixon went absolutely bonkers. I mean, he's fucking him. And another one where I lost a ton of money was James Conner rushing. Him getting hurt really hurt him on the sideline. They kind of took him out of the game, and it really hurt my fucking cards. But it was overall, it was a good week.
I didn't know we were going over all of our calls. If that's hold on. Bo Nix,
make it rain.
18.5 completion, smashed. Kamara, 4.5 receptions, smashed. DeAndre Swift, 19.5 receiving yards, smashed. Kyler Murray, 209.5. Passing yard smash. Devonta Smith over his longest. AJ Brown over his longest.
Take a breath.
Donta Foreman over his rushing yards. Drake May over his rushing yards. Drake May over his longest rush. Jaden Daniels over his passing. Bo Nix completions again. Cameron Dicker over 1.5 field goals in a snooze fest. The one that I thought was like the freest lock was the Eckler prop, but also Calvin Austin over his longest reception. He got it in like the first drive, 11.5. Aiden O'Connell's over 0.5 interceptions. Algier rushing yards. London longest reception. Bijan rushing yards. Calvin Austin, there he is again. Eckler, there he is again. Kyle Pitts, longest reception. CeeDee Lamb, longest reception. Jameer Gibbs, receiving yard, smashed the over on both. Doomsday, longest reception, smashed that one. Dortch, receiving yards. Narvison. This one wasn't my pick, actually, because this is definitely the one Andrew N made. Andrew N was absolutely bang on in a lot of them. Marvin Harrison.
Narvison was nice.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison under was great. McBride over, loved that one. Levis, rushing yards and longest rush, great. Mike Evans under. Baker Mayfield over 0.5 interceptions. Bucky Irving, receiving yards. That one's Dan. Alvin Kamara, 4.5 receptions again. Those are repeats. Zay Flowers was free money.
Zay Flowers was so good.
Justin Fields, longest rush. That was you. Dan gave me the 54.5 Brock Bowers. So shout out to you guys. That one also cashed. Jamar Chase, longest receptions, free every game. Chase Brown, longest rush, also free every game. Theo Johnson, receiving yards. He got 30. Yeah, man, we had a great fucking day. We had a really good day.
Yeah, definitely smashed the Jamar Chase every week. He's hit his longest reception every week except for one this year. Hit it all.
Yes. Well, like that's the special thing about Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and Justin Jefferson is those are pretty much free every week.
Yeah.
Here you go. You got a question from podcasts and stuff. He says, I have Breece Hall. Who is better rest of the season owning Breece Hall? Shakir, Davis, or Braylon Allen? Who would you guys take there? I would go Shakir as well.
Yeah, I think everybody else is handcuffed.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Haas says Tracy is a stud. Dude, Tracy, I played him last minute, won me a nice little week there. My team neighbors, MHJ, JT, and ETN is banged up. JT should be back next week, hopefully, man. They get Anthony Richardson back week 7 as well. Looks like he's going to be out there starting. Let me see here. Do you like the Sun God or CeeDee Lamb the rest of the season? God, it's still CD for me. I don't know what's going on in Dallas. I mean,
I told you I was out on that offense, man. I told you their O-line can't block. The West Coast offense is 100% reliant on the run game, and the run game is not prevalent because the O-line sucks camel dick. Like, sell high. Get rid of everybody. I told you guys preseason, May, June, July, like you name it, I fucking said Dallas would be awful. Sun God, man. It's a team that's going to compete and make the playoffs. That's who you want.
So here you go. This is how I look at it, bro. I mean, look at CeeDee Lamb's schedule, dude. It's so fucking good. San Francisco, Atlanta, Philly, Houston. Look at week 12 to the playoffs. Washington, Giants, Cincy, Carolina, Tampa, Philly. Give me CeeDee Lamb all the way.
Can I push back? On paper, who had the most advantageous matchup against wide receivers? CeeDee Lamb against Detroit Lions. Yeah. The number 1 wide receiver, even the number 2 wide receiver usually fucking go absolutely apeshit and bonkers. What happened?
Both his matchups where he's had the best matchup at Baltimore as well. Nothing. 6 points.
Yeah, and what happens is they just beat the shit out of Dak. Dak doesn't have any timing. They don't respect the run. They're not facing heavy boxes, so he can't get one-on-one. He's getting doubled the entire time. And so for teams like Miami, for teams like Dallas, unless these guys can make some blockbuster moves to bring in some significant offensive line pieces, this year's just a rebuild because Miami's like their offensive line is almost as bad as the Patriots. And Dallas has 2 decent rookie offensive linemen, but they're playing like rookie offensive linemen and they're getting manhandled.
They are. Their run game is, man, the one game Dallas broke out, it was like your sell high moment.
Yeah.
They couldn't run the ball for shit. And then Hutchinson went down. They still couldn't even run it in garbage time. It's fucking terrible. Haas says, question for the panel. Is Dobbins a lock the rest of the season or a sell high? Man, he looks good.
They're going to run the ball a heck of a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I'm selling.
I'll take him if you're trading him.
But I mean, if it depends on what you could sell high for him, right? Because like if you could sell high right now and get something significant in return, like somebody who hasn't really been performing very well, I'd consider it because like there
injury
is
history.
Injury history and that injury risk. There's still Gus Bus there. There's still Kamani Vidal. God forbid anything happens to him, you could still stash one of those guys and benefit down the long haul. So yeah, I would say sell high.
How about that?
Would you trade him for Jalen Waddle?
Yes, I would 100% take Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, give me a Waddle. Yeah. How about your Isaiah Spiller 2.0 first play of his NFL career TD for Kamani Vidal? I thought of you right away.
It looked great on my bench in community first.
Oh, he said the question was not for rest of season tonight. Davis or Shakir? I'm still going Shakir.
I'm going Davis tonight.
Davis, because there's not a guarantee Shakir will be on the field the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm taking Shakir all day.
I'm taking Shakir.
I like the run game more. Just in general for both teams, I like the run game more tonight.
First of all, Magic, get this bullshit out of here. You cannot sell Dobbins for Jonathan Taylor right now.
If you could,
if you can, you smash that. Yes.
If you could invite me to that league next year.
Yeah, let me in there. There's no way the JT owner is taking that trade. So 5 minutes left before I'm going to end stream. It's going to go right to Bayou Bengal. I don't know what time you're live. If you're live at 5:15 or 5, it's going to go.
Yeah, I know I'm going live
either way.
as I'm done here.
So anything else you guys want to cover? I got people coming to the house. We got to order pizza. So you guys let me know.
No pineapple.
I was just going to say, you guys pretty much covered all the things that I got right and wrong this week too. I mean, we all
fire away your hits, Dan.
But I will say this: I'll just instead of going over the same things you guys all talked about, I'm really getting good at picking the kicker props, especially the kicker over 1.5 field goals. I think I played like 12 of them this week, and I got 10 right. And I'll tell you the formula. All right, here's the formula. The formula is to pick a kicker versus a team that can't score. Right? If the other team's struggling like crazy to score, like Deshaun Watson, Drake May coming in for the first time, great. He played good, but you're going to expect him to struggle. Rattler coming in for the first time ever, you're going to expect them to struggle. What you got to do is you got to pick the kickers from the games where the coaches have no reason to go for it on 4th and short. You just take the points. You know the other team's not going to score, and it's worked out well. I had Fairburn, Boswell, McLaughlin, Group, Tyler Bass tonight, hopefully, Nick Folk, Eddie Pinheiro, and Jake Elliott. Smashed all those, had them all in a bunch of props. And if you check out what I am lined up to win $3,500 on tonight, if Breece Hall has just 24 receiving yards, I had a bunch of kickers in there. And they're great bets. And if you're putting parlays together, check on my kicker stuff and use those in your parlays. You're going to smash.
That was absolute gold. I thought Chris Boswell was the number one lock of the week with the Raiders having no one. I mean, the Raiders look fucking terrible.
I just hate kickers. I would add one thing. Saquon Barkley versus New York Giants. I'm very intrigued.
Revenge game. He's going for 200.
This is the most like revenge game that revenge game absolutely exists. But I think what's going under the radar is if Goddard is out, Grant Calcaterra is a very viable pickup and startable this week.
Ooh, there's your tight end whisper giving you the magic. Last question I'm going to answer here. This is a fucking good one, man. Dobbins for Tank Dell. So you went from Jonathan Taylor to Tank Dell, huh?
Yeah, take it.
Shot out the. Who do you like here, guys?
Tank.
Rest of the season. Tank?
Yeah, man.
And I think I go.
I'm taking Dobbins all day.
I'm going Dobbins for the volume as well.
You guys are super vanilla. This is like missionary.
Yeah, but when Nico comes back, you're back to that third.
I don't base my decisions on potential injuries. That's just not my style.
I like that. Who would you go with, Bayou?
Oh, I'll go Tank. I don't think there's a potential injury with Dobbins. I think there will be an injury with Dobbins.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and like the same way I avoided, Aaron Jones and got a lot of Ty Chandler. The same way I avoided James Conner and got a lot of Benson. Not enough DeMarcado.
It always tastes good.
I thought Conner was hurt last game, man. Came back. I have so much trade.
Injury history is something we cannot neglect because the likelihood of, all the players we've mentioned, including Dobbins, of re-injuring at some point and missing some sort of time, it's like 90% or higher. Whereas Tank Dell, he's going to be fine and he doesn't play a volatile position. So yeah, I'm going to go with the less volatile position and the higher ceiling.
Yeah, what happens when Nico comes back and Dell's an afterthought all over again?
I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
it's going to be tough to project his spike weeks, but that offense is going to go 3 wide receiver sets 60% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Green Bay. Like, it's like saying, are we selling Jaden Reed because, not Curtis Samuel, but
Jalen
because
Reed is the one, though.
Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs are both back. Like, he's still going on the field 75% of the time in 3 wide receiver sets. He's not the second wide receiver there in 2 wide receiver sets. The vast majority of the time, it's like, no, we need to just. These guys are good at what they do. They're excellent at what they do, and they spike for big plays. Nico Collins doesn't scare me for Tank Dell. I think we needed to see if Tank Dell was capable, and he was 100% capable. And moving forward, when Nico Collins gets back, 1, it's probably still going to be a slow ramp up because it is 4 weeks. 2, he's still going to get involved because he has all that anatomical adaptation now.
Explain to me how Tank Dell's less injury prone than J.K. Dobbins.
Tank Dell, 1, younger. 2, Dobbins has had 3 significant career, borderline career-ending injuries, definitely season-ending injuries. He's rehabilitated more than he's played football in the last 6 years. Tank Dell only has 1 injury, and he got shot.
Nah, he's got way more than 1 injury.
Yeah, he has a ton of injuries.
He missed a bunch of games last year, and he's already missed games this year.
Okay, so when we're talking about injury, I'm talking about significant injuries. I'm talking about the tibia. That's a significant injury. Like, if it's a hamstring pull or a hamstring strain or like a stinger, I don't quantify that as significant. I'm talking about significant surgical repaired surgery. Like, those are the ones that you want to kind of pay attention to.
He had a fibula fracture in 2023.
Yeah, that was last year.
He missed a ton of time.
That's a big injury, though, still.
Yeah, that's 1 in comparison to how
Dobbins,
many.
Dobbins is worse. His fucking foot is falling off.
Yeah, so like
Tank Dell's been hurt in 100% of the years he's been in the league.
True, I agree. I mean, it's risky either way. I'd just rather have the volume, but
I respect your opinion. I look forward to rubbing it in your face at the end of this season.
5'10", 5'10", 165 pounds. Probably the skinniest, smallest, most injury-prone receiver I can think of in the entire.
And I'm 6'8", 320, and I had a career-ending injury. Like, size doesn't matter, It happens.
Kyren or JT, rest of the season, I'm going Kyren.
I'm going JT.
All right, guys. End of the stream. We could talk it out all day. We're going to send it over to Bayou Bengal, guys. Make sure you click that link in the description. I got people rolling up to the house right now. Let me grab his link real quick here for you. Great show, guys. Great recap. I will be back live, or we'll be back live on Thursday. I don't know what you guys have planned Friday. I'm down for whatever, and I'm trying to get Hot Take City in on Saturday. I know your show's Saturday as well, Disco, so I'm trying to work that around the times. Here's Bayou's link. You don't have to leave chat. It will lead right to his stream, guys. I have it set up for a redirect. And yeah, great show, guys. And I'm, let them know where you're at. And let's head out of here. Let's watch this game. Good luck, everybody.
My name is BigDraftEnergy, and I will be at Bayou Bengal stream. I'll see you guys in the chat there.
See you at Bayou.
There you go. Everyone head to Bayou's. I'll catch you guys over there. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for having me.